All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Night Flesh and Blood. I'm Nick here with Colin and Ryan. We are Team Raising Quell, a subsidiary of the Romping Club. And we are recording live on July 28th, 2024, day of the day of Pro Tour Amsterdam finals. It wrapped up today. I think we're first on the scene.
Second time we've recorded right after a Pro Tour final.
Second time.
Woo.
So this episode will
go.
be released on Monday, so people will be able to, get their fix of listening to us talk about Flesh and Blood and our reactions to the Pro Tour. So it's going to be great. There's a lot to talk about. So we've had a lot of spoilers. We had the Bolton Armory deck come out. We've had, did I say? Yeah, a lot of Rosetta spoilers since we last recorded. So we have plenty to talk about there. And now it's time to gear up for Tampa in the world premiere of Rosetta right now. So yeah, I'm excited. But anyways, so we got have a lot to get into. So we'll jump right in. All right, guys. So before we get into anything related to Flesh and Blood, I got some banter prepared for us. So we had a little bit of a warm-up before we recorded as well. But, the Olympics is well underway. And my wife and I, we were watching gymnastics beforehand. And Simone Biles was about where she did like her balance beam thing and did a bunch of flips and shit. And then she was about to do the floor routine. And I texted you guys and I was like, I'm going to be late because I'm watching Simone Biles do gymnastics and she's the GOAT. And then it sparked the debate in my head of who's the greatest athlete of all time in their respective sport. Greatest athlete of all time compared to the other people they compete against or the other people that have done their sport ever.
She's your answer?
She's in my top like 2 or 3 for sure.
Like, what are your top 3?
Simone
She's
Biles.
my top 1, so.
She's your top 1? Shit. Simone Biles, Serena Williams, and Tiger Woods. Like top 3. Just like head and shoulders above the rest of their competition. Not had streaks of their careers where literally no one could touch them.
If you put Simone Biles up there, you gotta put Michael Phelps up there too.
That's true.
He was the same thing 10 or 15 years ago, whenever that was.
Yeah, that's true. Okay,
I personally,
Phelps, number 4.
I have to go Babe Ruth though. Personally, just somebody who just changed the game.
Babe Ruth,
yeah, changed the game more than anybody else.
Babe Ruth was playing against plumbers and handymen.
Wow.
What is? Have you? Oh my God, that's disrespectful.
Who's yours, Ryan?
I don't know. I like the Serena Williams answer. Like that's a good one. I'm trying to think of like a team sport, like major 4 sports, like who is up there, like outside of just like.
That's part of the reason I chose Babe Ruth is because like in basketball and football, like one athlete can like dominate the game and like carry his team, like a quarterback or any position in basketball. And then in like all the individual sports that Nick brought up, like it's just one person obviously is by themselves. So it's easier to like, be the best and just continuously win. Whereas like in baseball, you bat like 3 to 5 times a game. And Babe Ruth did that and still like carried his team for a decade. And everyone's been copying him for the next 100 years.
Or you could be Mike Trout, who was the best baseball player in the league for a long time and not do anything because his team was always garbage.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then obviously, we could probably throw LeBron into this debate but at this point, the who's the greatest basketball player of all time debate isn't even fun because it's LeBron. MJ, it's not Michael Jordan.
But I was going to say there's too many great basketball players that you can't choose one to put there.
But I think LeBron, in terms of like longevity and dominance, is just like insane. Like he's like 40 years old and he still controls every game that he's in.
Yeah, but if you go back a long time, you got like Bill Russell, who also had like a lot of longevity, won a crap ton of rings.
Yeah, but no, I think if I have to pick one one person who is like I could definitively say is the greatest athlete of all time, it's probably Simone Biles. I saw a thing. The way that they score gymnastics is like they have their like execution score and then their difficulty level score because everybody obviously like has different routines and stuff. And like Simone Biles on I forget which routine, maybe like the vault or something, or maybe on like her floor routine. I don't know. But basically, her difficulty level of the things she's doing is so much harder than what everyone else is doing. Is like she could like fall down and still win a medal because her difficulty score boosts her up that high. Like she could literally like
Wow.
fall over and still win a gold medal or still win like a silver or bronze medal because like her stuff is so much harder than what everyone else is doing. And they've literally had to ban moves that only she can do because if other girls tried to do it, they would like literally break their necks. Like that like puts them at risk to try to do the things that she can do. So they ban it. It's like it's insane.
That's soft. Olympics is soft.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, Colin did say gymnastics isn't a real sport.
I don't remember saying that. I remember
said
saying
that.
that.
He
It bores
didn't
me.
say that.
And if you
What was your exact quote? You flipped around on a bar? Cool.
just go
All right,
see
so
The
that's
Lion King, go to Animal Kingdom, and I'll see that.
that's a good question. What's the most boring Olympic sport for summer?
I was trying to watch some equestrian today. I fell asleep pretty quick.
Dude, it has
That was pretty
animals in it
boring.
though. That's sick.
Yeah, but they were just like running around in a garden. Like literally, they were like running around in a garden, like jumping over a fountain. And it,
Do
like
the participants also have to garden and like grow the plants
no,
in there too? Is that part of it? No. That's lame then.
the riders are just like, whoa there. That's all they do.
Do you think they shop at that Western store by Colin's house?
I actually think they do. Yeah. So, all right. So we settled the debate.
Yeah, we
Tiger
did.
Woods, greatest athlete of all time.
Sure. Did you just
All right,
say it
cool.
was Simone Biles?
Guys, I'm trying to spark the debate.
Oh
Our
my
flesh and
God.
blood listener base loves sports.
Honestly, I think since I started playing Flesh and Blood, I have not cared about sports nearly as much. I think like Flesh and Blood took that spot in my life
Took
for me.
that spot of your brain.
Yeah, like that
That
competitive, like I don't know. That I
Team
think it
Blue
took
Pitch is
over.
your new favorite team.
yeah.
Yeah, they're so consistent. But yeah,
So, all right, we can start talking about the PT, I guess. So, I, if I'm gonna be completely honest, I watched maybe like 20 minutes of coverage of like the
oh
whole pro
really?
tour. Yeah, we were just like busy, like doing stuff Friday and then like yesterday. And then today just like didn't really get a chance to really turn it on before it was already over. So then I watched like the last, or I don't know, like the last 30 minutes of the stream, I think. So I watched kind of most of the finals. Um, I couldn't even tell you the names of anyone in the top 8 other than Tarek.
Well, the winner of PT was Shoma Yamamura, who was on Uzuri, which is awesome to watch. I think I watched all of his stream games. I think he was on like 3 or 4 times. Every game was just so cool to watch and just a masterclass of Uzuri. So I'd say go back and watch them. They're really entertaining. And he
Yeah,
plays
yeah,
Tark
I
in
think
one
I
of
will
them,
too.
so go watch that.
Yeah, I think I will. It sounds like fun to watch a deck that I didn't expect to be there beat the shit out of people. So
Yeah, I think I found
Yeah,
myself
Uzuri's
like
really
fast forwarding through like Zen mirrors and new mirrors and stuff like that, just to get to
Mhm.
like heroes like Uzuri that are unique. And Max was on one of them. That was cool to watch. But go ahead, Colin.
Yeah, it's good for Flesh and Blood that Uzuri won. She's super fun to watch. Though I watched a lot of the stream, and the most disappointing part was that the top 8 did start with a couple mirrors, like the Zen mirror and the new
Mhm.
mirror. And I'm sure
Mhm.
there's people out there that like it. Probably the new mirror especially. I bet if you're like a new player, I bet it's kind of fun to watch. But I don't know. I would rather there not be.
No.
But yeah, Uzuri was a saving grace. Uzuri was super fun to watch all weekend. Super cool. Only 2 Uzuris in the whole tournament, both day 2'd and 1/1. So sounds like a pretty sweet meta pick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty good conversion.
Yeah.
50% conversion to top 1.
Winning.
You guys see that
It's
in
a
his
great
list
stat.
he didn't have any. Do you guys see that in his list he didn't have any AB?
No, but I
Yeah.
love it because you're just gonna lose
Yeah.
to Kano anyways. So
Yeah, I mean,
Just-
it seems like he was like a real, just like I'm targeting this specific meta, this Zen new meta, and it just
Mhm.
freaking paid off.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I
The
didn't watch any like Azuri versus New games, but like, how did they typically go? Like, did he just kind of like was he built to just be the better assassin in that game?
in the game that you can add in Ryan, but in the game that I remember from top 8, he was faster with things like looking for a scrap, and disruption at the same time, and then New like never really got his feet under him.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Azuri can be kind of fast. Like, yeah,
Yeah, no, I mean, Colin said it all. I think the decks are pretty similar. I think Missouri can run more 2-for-6s with more devastating on hits. But yeah, I mean, it's an assassin mirror. Super interesting to watch. So I'd say go back and watch them if you can.
In one of the semifinal that was like not that close of a game. The big blowout was that he banished two enlightened strikes from his opponent's hand. I think right with his
Yeah.
bonds. Yeah,
oh, that's cool.
that's kind of the play that
Yeah.
got him tempo that he never gave back.
Did he like flash in any bonds or anything? Like with the ability? Because you could do that still, right? You don't have to flash in at 2 cost.
Yeah,
I don't think I
remember
saw
him flashing
that.
any bonds.
I think the weirdest thing I saw him flash in was looking for a scrap at one point just to get out of his hand.
Yeah.
But no.
That's crazy. Yeah, I guess any Flesh and Blood card that starts with the word bonds, it must just be fucking broken. I
Yeah,
think that's what
That's
we've learned.
really true.
Yeah.
can't wait for bonds of barraging beatdown.
Yeah.
When you play this, search your deck for all barraging beatdowns and play them all. Yeah, banish a six or discard a 6 power, then search your whole deck for every barraging beatdown. That might
Intimidate
make
6
Reinhardt
now.
good enough. Maybe. Would that make Reinhardt
I
good
don't
enough?
think so. Probably not.
It'd be if it was like a red non-attack, it would be really awkward.
Yeah, and then you'd have
Doesn't
to run
block.
9.
Yeah.
You'd have to run all 9 of your barraging beatdowns, and then your draw discards would be awful. You'd be discarding 0 attacks.
Deck's
all the
still
time.
bad.
Damn, dude, that's the thing I've realized the most recently. Because I'm historically a Bolton stan. I think I've just become less of a coper, and I'm just like looking at the decks that are winning and stuff, and I'm like, God, Bolton is just not good. It's crazy. I can't say I
We'll
miss
talk
trying to play him into every meta though. Anyways,
Talk about the Armory deck and how that affects Bolton moving forward. Do you think he's better?
oh, he is definitely better. Okay. Oh, jeez. Are we about to get into this? Should we talk about the PT more? I could try to keep it short. I'll try to keep it short.
I'll rein you in.
So, so like in my old list that felt like very, very tuned, I had like Soulbond Resolve and Tunic in the list for different game plans, like for different matchups, right? Tunic for games where you have to have like huge pop-off turns so that you can combine the Tunic counter with via the Vanguard and like go super wide and stuff, whatever. In that list, the cleanest, or like what makes the most sense from the Armory deck is just to swap out Sync Belows for Saving Grace, because Saving Grace is the D-React that it's yellow, costs 0, blocks for 3, and then you can charge as an additional cost. And if you've charged, it gives -2 to an attack. So with Soulbond Resolve, it kind of blocks 6. Otherwise, it kind of blocks 5 for 2 cards, but gets a card in your soul, which you can count as like 1 value. That card is very, very, very good. everything else in the armory deck that Bolton got is all equipment. So we got a whole brand new equipment suite. The hat and all of the equipment except the chest is the same thing, where you can block with it, and then when you block with it, you can charge, and then there's an effect if you charge a yellow. The boots are really good. You can charge yellow and get a quicken token. Ends up being kind of the same math wise as Snapdragon Scalers, because you like trade a card basically for like blocking 3 damage and a quicken token, where Snapdragons you just get an action point without losing a card, but you kind of get back some of that value on blocking with these new boots. The hat is maybe the best like single use one, because you block with it, charge a yellow, get a card in your soul, and then you just draw a card. It just replaces itself. So the hat is the best with Saving Grace, because if you draw Saving Grace and another yellow, block with the hat, charge, and then Saving Grace blocks 5. All of a sudden, 1 card 5 is good. So I mean, like, there's a lot there. I used to run Balance of Justice like into Brutes and Ninjas. I would probably just run the new hat into Brutes and Ninjas, just because like, still getting some block value and getting like some tempo with Saving Grace. You're basically just running it just for that Saving Grace play where you get some extra like that's just good math. That's good value. But then the chest piece is the piece that's like it's like intriguing the most, but also the most frustrating. Because what it is, it doesn't block for anything, and it has an ability where you banish a card from your soul. All yellow cards cost 1 less for the turn. So immediately you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna run Art of War and a bunch of draw effects, and then a bunch of things that I can just play for free. So it's like I can like via the Vanguard snatch, like run like 6 snatches and like 3 Bolt of Courages all on Art of War. And you're just like if you have enough soul, you can just like keep drawing and attacking. You keep drawing and attacking. And it's like a crazy combo deck, but it just requires so much like soul to be able to do that, because you have to banish card from your soul for the thing, and then every time you need an action point, you have to banish card from your soul. It's just like super soul hungry.
Wait, couldn't you give go again with Art of War, or do you need the other abilities?
You need to do the draw disc. Like, you need to get the cards and the +1. So you need to give everything +1. So then Bolton can give everything go again.
But if you just give it go again with Art of War, then you don't need to give it go again with Bolton.
But that only does go again for the next attack. It only does 1
Oh,
attack.
really? It's not all turn.
Yeah.
That's the +1.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
not all turn. If it was, it would be broken. You could definitely do it.
Can you imagine?
But like,
That'd
it's
be fucking
cool.
dumb.
Yeah, that would be fucking dope. And I know like Ellie registered a Bolton deck at the Pro Tour, like with Solar Plexus, and was like kind of playing to that in some matchups. I tested it a little. I didn't test it like super seriously or anything, because obviously I wasn't prepping for an event, and just like found it to be like a little bit clunky. Like whenever like there are 2 conditions need to be met. You have to draw your Art of War when you're ready to play it, and you also have to have like, I was finding like I need at least 6 soul when I draw my Art of War to then be able to go off. And then it's like, then you're cooking and you can kind of do anything. But it's like, it's hard to meet those conditions sometimes in a lot of games, especially against other aggro decks. Like, but yeah, so Saving Grace is really good. If I'm being completely honest, I wish that wish Bolton would have got more out of the deck. I wish he would have gotten like something different other than just a full new equipment suite and a main deck card.
I feel like that's the main things Bolton has gotten over the past couple of years, is just more
new equipment all the time.
So getting just like more main deck cards would have been probably more beneficial, or made it more interesting for existing Bolton players.
And I'm sure that like, I don't know, the new cards, like, they are powerful too, but then I'm just like, okay, like if I run this new helmet, that means I'm not running Warband of Bologna, which is like so free. Like, that card is so good. Like, it's just another out that Bolton has when he draws his clunky like Runeblade hands that don't charge. It's like it happens way more often than you'd think, where like you don't have Warband of Bologna, and then you draw a hand with like 4 yellows but no charges, and you're like, oh my god, like if I had Warband of Bologna, I could keep tempo here, but I don't have it, so I can't. And it's just like, do I really want to like? I don't know. So, and I don't think I'm totally up to speed on like the latest and greatest Bolton tech. You know, I try to stay up with it or stay up to date with it, but it's like part of me is like kind of frustrated because they're always like, oh, if Bolton's too good, it'll be a really negative play experience, and like he's so on the edge of being completely broken. And part of me is like, you just printed fucking Zen. Like, let Bolton be broken for a little bit. Like, let him do stupid shit for like 6 months. Like, let it happen. Just do it. Like, why are you so scared of it with Bolton, but then you print dumb shit in other classes? Like, so that okay, now I'm mad. But like that frustrates me. I feel like it's such like a lame excuse. It's like,
Well,
no, just print some dumb shit.
if Bolton didn't have that second hero text where it said, every time you block with an attack action card, the attack gets +1. I feel like if that wasn't part of his hero text, I think that's holding him back from like getting actually good cards.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know. That's what makes it a
with
negative
that,
play experience, in my opinion. I think because I can't
yeah,
block
when you're on
you,
the
so
other
why would
side
I
of it, you're
ever
like,
do it?
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, you're like,
Yeah,
like I can't block him. Yeah, like it's
yeah.
frustrating. But again, sorry, let him be broken for a little bit. Like, I don't know if he like print something really good, and if combo's too good, ban Courage of Bladehold. Like, you ban Scalata, ban Courage of Bladehold if it's a problem. Like, print cool cards for his deck. I don't know. Whatever. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. The way I feel is that he's not broken enough to win anything, and I just want to win shit with him. Bigger than like a
Yeah.
PQ or something. You know, like I want to like top 8 a Battle Hardened or something with him. And it's like, yeah, whatever. I'm probably just making excuses, and I should just get good. But anyway, so the Pro Tour was cool.
Yeah, here. Okay. I can run through the numbers a little bit if we
Yeah,
want
let's
to.
do that.
So there's 395 players. I'm not gonna go through every hero, but the top 3 most played were all the Mysteria heroes. There's a pretty big drop off between Zen and New and Enigma, and to be fair, Enigma was tied with Prism for the amount of players. But there was 90 Zen and 72 New, the 2 most played decks. And one thing that I thought was interesting was comparing it to the Calling, which had over 600 players. Zen and New were also the most played decks there, but not as represented as in the Pro Tour. Like, for example, Zen had 90 players in the Pro Tour out of 395, but only 96 out of 624 in the Calling.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like something you hear a lot, which is that like the Pro Tour is going to be more, I don't know what the word is, but have fewer heroes because the pros are going to consolidate more on the best decks than an open field would. And the numbers really support that.
Mm-hmm.
New and Zen were 41% of the Pro Tour, and New and Zen were only 29% of the Calling.
Yeah, that's just really interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, people say that, and so people know that, but it's nice to have it supported by numbers.
What were there any of the numbers that like kind of surprised you guys going in? Because I have one that stands out to me that kind of surprised me.
You go first then.
Okay. I thought there would maybe be more Victor, like more than 21 Victor, but I would guess that people thought like of those levels, like if people are going to assume the Mysteria heroes are going to be the top 3, Victor probably isn't that great into New, and definitely isn't that great into Enigma.
Yeah.
On the surface. So then I think a lot of people maybe got scared off Victor, which is like, okay, I can beat Zen, but like, do I just fold to the other decks that beat Zen? Like, and I think
Yeah.
Prism's maybe pretty tough for Victor too. So maybe that scared
Kano.
people off Victor. But that, and Kano.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was like, wow, 21 Victor is not as many as I had expected.
Yeah, I could see that too. I think it was New specifically. It scared people. I think she was really represented in the Battle Hardened the week before in Europe, so I bet that really scared some people off.
Yeah, that makes sense.
In terms of like number of heroes or number of players playing a certain hero, I could have seen Azalea or Dash being more, but again, I think it's just the Pro Tour and just the a lot of the pros are like, yeah, Azalea and Dash are good, but they're not Zen and New.
Yeah. Like, okay, if I want to play if
Yeah.
I want to play an aggro deck, I'm going to play Zen. Yeah.
I'm actually kind of
Um,
surprised Enigma was the third most played, to be honest. I feel like
Same.
that Zen matchup is so bad. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm guessing that they
She
were
is
just like,
strong though.
okay, yeah, she does powerful stuff. I'm guessing they were like, okay, well, I'll just beat all the news that are trying to beat all the Zens,
Yeah,
and then probably
so
still
like that.
lost.
Yeah, that level 2 game
Yeah,
plan.
yeah,
Level 2. Is that the right level?
and then lost to
I don't know.
Shoma.
Yeah, God, that guy's awesome.
Oh, I guess Leviah made top 8. We haven't mentioned that. That's really cool.
oh yeah, I didn't run through the top 8. I could do that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Pro Tour top 8 was 3 Zen, 3 New, Levia, and Uzuri, who Ryan mentioned earlier, won. So
Mhm.
honestly, not that surprising looking at the day one breakdown to top 8. It's like, yep, 2 best decks, 2 most played decks, both made 3 of the top 8.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
The numbers make sense.
Um, the thing there that I think is most surprising to me is I really thought that at least one KO would sneak in. Like you hear from a lot of people that KO was still good. He didn't pop off the way Zen did, but he still had really high consistent turns and could block and just still be KO the way the KO is. And he really didn't show up. Like he
Yeah.
was the fifth most
I
played
wonder if
deck, but he
that
just didn't do well.
I wonder if that's like a byproduct of people targeting Zen, and that also kind of just working out and targeting KO as well. KO also runs a lot of non-blocks. Maybe Weakest Link was just a big play for
Hmm.
people into Zen that translates into
Yeah.
KO. So I wonder if maybe that targeted Zen hate was just like bad for KO too.
And then we do know too that like with our local new players like Tom and stuff, they have a plan into KO that they feel like is like rock solid. And so like, yeah, news could have just been like eating up KOs all weekend too. Just yeah, exactly what you're saying, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the case that people had plans and that he ended up being some collateral damage because he only converted at 26%, which is like one of the lowest conversion rates.
That's
Yeah, that's
crazy.
crazy.
Into
That's
day
Yeah,
crazy
two.
low.
yeah, yeah, which is with limited results as well. But still,
Yeah.
when you've got 31 people on KO, like that's a pretty big sample size.
Yeah. Maybe 25 of them punted draft and went 0-3.
Yeah, maybe.
Because if I know anything about brute players, it's that they can't draft. Just kidding. Um,
Defenders
KO
left, Colin.
also. Just wait till Tampa. There we go.
Wow,
I
that was
will.
pretty good defense there. Convincing.
I like how you literally said, wait till Tampa.
Making us wait for it.
Yeah.
KO is also the third most played deck in the calling, so even more represented in the calling. And he also did in top 8. So
Garbage.
calling top 8 was 4 Zen, 2 New, an Enigma, and a Victor.
Yeah.
That sounds toxic as hell.
And
For
can't.
Zen.
Yeah.
I can't. I guess since KO's a brute, Levia's a brute. Levia's new card, Shadow Realm Horror or whatever, is so good. I would bet this Kevin, what's his name? It's kind of blurry. Kevin Zanker, the guy who made top 8 in the Pro Tour on Levia. I'll bet he was just hitting his Shadow Realm Horrors like crazy all weekend and just like cooking people because that card is crazy. Like, and Levia does seem like one of those kind of high variance decks where you can either die to your own hero ability or do like 40 damage 2 times in a game.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember watching any of his Swiss games if they were streamed or not. I would like to see how it goes.
Yeah.
And if anybody is curious, all the decks have been uploaded to February, so you can go find them all now.
I'm definitely gonna go look at them. As we talked about the calling a little bit, you said the top 8 of the calling, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
4 Zens. There was also a Living Legend Battle Harden. Can I call that out real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
So, I actually Not until I started playing Zen, actually, did I get kind of excited for the Living Legend format. Because before I was like, damn, I'm really going to play Bolton into these Living Legend heroes. But now I'm like, ooh, I could play a really broken deck in a Living Legend format. So I'm kind of excited to like actually test it out and try to, do well in that format. The Living Legend top 8 is like so diverse. There's 7 different heroes in the top 8. There's 2 Prism, a Zen, a Chain, an Icelander, an Oldhim, a Kano who went on to win, and a Starvo. And I was like, if you look at that top 8, you're like, oh my god, that is a healthy metagame. Like there are 7 different heroes, all with very different game plans.
Yeah, that sounds
I don't
awful to
know
play
how,
into.
but if you're playing one of those best decks, like if you're playing one of those decks that is that powerful, I feel like that would be fun. But like trying to play Rhinar or trying to play Bolton or trying to play Dash into that meta sounds
Yeah,
awful. But like playing Zen into that bracket like sounds fun as hell.
dude, Dash might have some legs in that meta. Who knows?
Maybe. I don't know.
Um,
You just always say Dash is mid, so
she is,
I don't know how to
but she
feel
has
about it.
potential. Um, yeah, it just seems like playing Flesh and Blood over the past few years. Those are all the heroes you have specific game plans and you tech for them. So it seems hard to like build a deck and have game plans for all the best heroes that ever have been in the game.
And we probably all have a little bit of PTSD with a lot of them.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, it's true.
Someone flips over Starvo and you're like, oh my god, here's all
Yeah,
my
quit.
cards. I'll just put them on the bottom now.
See, for
But
me, the
yeah,
reason I don't get excited about it though is because that's just not the kind. I mean, I see what you're saying, Nick. It's like
yeah,
it's a diverse metagame, but it's just not the gameplay patterns that I'm looking to experience. Like
yeah.
I'm definitely like more of the heavy hitters meta, the things like that, where you're seeing
Mhm.
your second cycle and you're chip eking out value and you're setting up a strong play, which is like 3 or 4 points over 8. Whereas this just seems like it's going to be people playing insanely busted cards and doing insanely busted things.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm starting to just accept that I'm not the incremental value type player. I'm just like the aggro brain.
That's fine too.
Like I think I'm just realizing that about myself, and I'm gonna lean into it for a while. So,
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
so yeah,
plays in, lean into it.
but yeah, I think it's cool too. If you compare this top 8 to the first ever Living Legend event, where it was literally 8 Starvos in the top 8,
Yeah,
so it's like, oh, the bans and restrictions that they've made actually have had an impact, and it's shaking out to be like a pretty solid looking format in terms of balance and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad
So,
they restricted half of Starvo's deck.
yeah, they literally did. I tried to play a Starvo game, and I was like, oh my god, this deck, like, what do you mean I can't crippling crush twice in a row? Like, what? I can't draw
I
another
hate
one?
it.
What is this? So,
So if we're like, I mean, there's a new set coming out, so I don't want to spend too much time on this. But do you guys have any takeaways for like the meta moving forward from this weekend? Because I think the Pro Tour legitimately does like have ripple effects usually.
yeah. I mean, I guess the biggest ripple effect is like you can target the meta with Azuri.
Yeah,
If you know an event is going to be full of, you know, Zen and
Mysteria heroes.
yeah, if your local scene has a lot of Mysteria heroes running around, like Azuri's probably a fine pick. But I mean, there's not really any real like competitive events until after the next set comes out.
Yeah,
So I don't know how a bunch of people are going to be engaging with this format. Like if they're just going to be playing like, C and B tier decks or just like taking a break or whatever.
yeah.
I think if I was serious right now, like if I was a pro player right now, I'd
You're
probably
going
be
to a
learning
battle
how to
hardened or
play
something. Yeah.
Kano. Yeah, go to a
Mm,
battle hard. I'd probably learn how to play Kano. Because I like the idea of being able to be an aggro deck that doesn't let Zen use his traverse or his boots. Um,
yeah,
and then you're kind of preparing for the wizards in Rosetta too. But I think being able to kill Zen and forcing him to use different equipment, dude, he has to use Mask of the Pouncing Lynx. Oh my god, it's so bad. That's sarcasm. But yeah, those are my thoughts on that. Ryan, what do you think?
um, yeah, I mean, I think Zen is beatable. Obviously, he's the best deck. I think everyone can target him pretty good, though. He didn't win Pro Tour. He didn't win the Battle Harden in the
Who won the
legend
calling?
format. He won the calling, though.
Yeah.
Um, I think he's beatable. Definitely the best deck. But yeah, I mean, there's like 5 or 6 Battle Hardens between now and Rosetta. Um, I don't know how much things are going to change from now until then. Um, but yeah, Zen back to best deck, new second best deck, maybe the best deck. Those are my
I really
thoughts.
think what's going to happen is I do think that even pro players kind of missed a little bit, and overlooked Uzuri. This isn't
Mhm.
me coming out with a hot take here. I think everyone's thinking this right now,
Mhm.
because I think people like New came out. New has a stronger card pool, by virtue of being talented, and so I think people didn't really. If I had to guess, and from brief conversations I've had with people, I think people just didn't really test Uzuri that much. I think they just tested New, and I think this might be enough to change that. Even when Rosetta's out or whatever, next competitive season, say PQ season or something, I think assassin players, people who are like, I might play assassin, I think will practice both. Whereas for Pro Tour, they were only practicing New because they didn't even
Mhm.
consider Uzuri.
I wonder if too there's like implications for other types of heroes where it's like the same kind of situation where we're about to get 2 new talented rune blades, but maybe there's stuff in Rosetta that's going to make Viserai like viable
Yeah,
again, and like we
that'd be
shouldn't
cool.
overlook it, you know?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
make Kano even more strong.
God, I hope not, but probably.
um, well, good pivot, Nick. Rosetta, you brought it up. Let's talk about
Hell,
that now.
hell yeah! Look at that, dude. I'm such a professional. Um, so yeah, Rosetta's coming out, so we got a bunch of spoilers.
Professional.
Professional. We got a bunch of spoilers. We're not going to talk about all the cards. I think what we're going to do is just each of us talk about the heroes we're excited for, the heroes we want to try. Um, so yeah, who wants to start? I can't start. I need to pull up the hero text.
Colin,
Um,
you go for it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so I I definitely think I'm gonna try and broaden my horizons with this set. I've kind of realized over the past 2 months or so that I should broaden my horizons in this game. Even if it's just to make me a better Rhinar player, I think it would. Um, that being said, the hero that is most intriguing to me is probably the one that's most similar to what I'm used to. So that's probably where I'm going to start, which is Florian. He's a Rune Blade, which isn't similar, but in the very little bit that we've seen, he does seem like kind of a go taller deck. Um, so Florian, if you haven't seen him, he's an elemental Rune Blade hero. He has Earth talented. And his hero text says, if there are 8 or more Earth cards in your banish zone, Florian gets, if you would create 1 or more aura tokens, instead create that many plus 1 of each of those tokens. So we're not super sure the best ways to get cards in your banish zone yet. We've seen the new decompose keyword that does it. It takes cards from your graveyard, puts them in your banish zone. But basically, it seems like Florian is going to be all about you know, blocking, filling his graveyard, banishing those cards from his graveyard, and then blocking really good while sending really tall attacks. And maybe he sets up like fatigue by damage end games or something like that. And I find that really intriguing. I also part of the reason that I really like him early is because I think 2 of the cards that have been spoiled, the non-hero cards, just the normal cards that have been spoiled, are that are his are like 2 of the best cards that have been spoiled. So first of all, there's his specialization, which is a blue, um, and it's create a rune champ or embodiment of Earth token. Repeat this process X more times, gain X plus 1 health, and then X is there's 2X for how much you pay. I'm honestly not super sure how good it is because I haven't played that much Runeblade and we haven't seen his card pool and stuff. But I just know that if you are a hero that runs good blues, you're good. And the fact that it's a specialization makes me think it must be at least kind of good. So that's intriguing. 3 blue slots, check. I'm about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then also one of the meld cards that got spoiled. If people haven't seen the meld cards, essentially what it is it's 2 cards on one piece of cardboard, and you can play either side of it. Um, But he's
Or
got a meld
both.
card, or both. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got a meld card that seems super strong for me. So it's on the left side of it is an action, a non-attack action that says, and they both cost 0, and it pitches yellow. On the left side is a non-attack action that says create X rune chant tokens, where X is the total of health you've gained this turn. And on the right side is an instant that's gain 1 health. So it seems like you can just like park this in Arsenal or park some other kind of healing in Arsenal, like a Sigil of Solace, for example. Then you draw that. Let's say you get your Sigil in Arsenal. You draw this. You play your Sigil. Then you play the right side of the meld card, which is an instant. So you've gained 4 health, and then you play the Thistle Bloom as an action, and then you create 4 Rune Chant tokens. So it's like 1 card that's going to be worth 5 because you gained 1 health and created 4 Rune Chant tokens off of it. And that's even before factoring his hero ability, which could get you 1 more of each of the Rune Chants or the. Sorry, no, just the Rune Chants. Yeah, so it would be worth 6 in that case. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I know I
Florian.
just talked a lot.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think Florian's super cool. I like the Earth talent a lot. I think it's just, I don't know, just aesthetically pleasing for me. And that's why
You like to
I'm
go
pumped for
touch grass.
Verdance. Yeah, I'm pumped for Verdance. Just an Earth Wizard, super cool. Her shtick is gaining life and dealing arcane damage as you gain life for every instance. And a wizard starting at 40 life is kind of cool too, because that hasn't really happened yet. So maybe that means she's not going to be super broken. But yeah,
Oh,
I
she's
just like
broken.
imagine she's going to be kind of like a Bullander, where she'll have her arcane damage she throws, and then also those big attacks from the Earth talent. But instead of throwing out disruption and frostbites, she's just gaining life and pinging you to death as well.
Oh, I wonder if her starting at 40 health makes them is because they think she's not going to run Storm Striders, which would be crazy.
Yeah, maybe they're printing a legendary boots for her specifically.
Yeah.
If whatever she does run is gonna have to be real good if it's gonna take Storm Strider slot though.
Yeah, unless she's just like her deck is just not built to run wizard actions, like arcane spells. I don't know.
Yeah. It's always
I don't
so
know,
hard to predict.
some of the meld cards kind of lean into just like a normal like 1 for 4, deal 4 arcane damage, pay 1 for it. So maybe it's like maybe there is a way to do both, like scar for a scar,
Yeah.
arcane,
Oh, so then I guess
gain life from Sigil of Solace,
yeah.
deal 3 damage or deal 1 damage.
Here's okay, so after like hearing you guys talk about the Earth Heroes, because I haven't really looked at the Earth Heroes too much. I like read them once, but then didn't really look at any of the cards because I'm more interested in the Lightning Heroes, just because I like the action points. But one thing I am worried about for Tampa is that like Earth here, like creating embodiment of Earth tokens and gaining life and starting at 20 life in limited. It's like I could definitely see just like fatigue being the best play, like Florian fatigue
in sealed specifically. I
in
could see
sealed
that.
specifically.
Yeah.
But there's the new 30 card limit in sealed and draft, which they in whatever the hell what the fuck is it called? Part the Mistveil.
Yeah.
That 30 card deck limit seriously like discouraged going for like that a fatigue strategy in a lot of cases. But it's like that really worries. Like I hear looking at Florian like making embodiments of Earth, gaining life, and probably having a lot of 3 blocks. It's like holy shit. Are we just gonna like go to fatigue every game in Tampa? It's like it's fine. I'll do it. If I have to win the calling by going to fatigue every game, I will. But
yeah, that
we'll
is
see.
interesting.
Or the Lightning Heroes are just fast as shit, and that's how you counter it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, or maybe the wizard, the Lightning Wizard is like that's why they're not worried about it because there's going to be enough arcane damage in the set.
Oh, true. because then if you're doing any kind of like split damage and stuff, or just all
Yeah.
arcane, it's harder for them to block. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, dude, I'm sure they'll pull it off. LSS never printed anything dumb.
And I think now we're talking about limited. I don't think there's. I think I heard Brian say there's no arcane barrier in the set.
Oh,
Really?
I think I heard that. So
oh,
that's what
cool.
like the macros are for. I don't know if you guys have seen that yet. Have you seen the macros?
Yeah, I saw it.
No, I don't know what that
So
means.
so basically it's only for Rosetta limited. You can play this card, or it just starts out in the arena, and basically it's a pay to prevent next one damage that'll be dealt to you and destroy this. So it's like a way to block
Oh,
arcane. I think there'll probably be other ways to block arcane in the set,
but
but I
okay,
don't
so
think
that'll
there's
really
any
discourage
AB.
fatigue.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. All right,
Oh,
that
I didn't know that
okay.
either.
All right, that makes me a little less worried.
I might be wrong. I might just be making that up, but I'm pretty sure I heard him say it over the weekend
If I know you,
or
Ryan,
in the
I know you're
keynotes. Or
right.
in the keynote.
I know
Thanks,
you're
man.
probably right.
You have
Yeah,
confidence in me.
of course I do. We're pals.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll talk about the heroes I'm excited about. I'm excited about both the lightning heroes, which works out because then we can talk about all four of them. Um, so yeah, the first one is the lightning rune blade, Aurora. Aurora Shooting Star. She has 40 health, Essence of Lightning. Her hero ability is once per turn instant, pay 2 resources, create an embodiment of lightning token. Activate this only if you've played a lightning card this turn. And embodiments of lightning are when you play an attack or an attack action card. Can you
I don't
embodiment
remember.
of lightning Rosetta Thorn? I don't remember. I
Uh,
think you can.
attack
I think it's just your
action.
next attack. Okay, yeah, your
Or
next attack
when you
action
play
gets
an
go
attack
again.
action card, destroy this and the attack gets go again. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So okay. So she can make those at instant speed, um, and activate it only if you've played a lightning card this turn. There's like a weird layering thing where like when I first read it, I thought like, oh my god, I could play a lightning attack action, and then like create the embodiment of lightning, and then like that attack would
Mm,
get go again. That's not how the layers work. Because my thought
mm,
was like, holy shit, I can do like Arcanic Shockwave and fuse it, and then like ping for 1 and attack for 4, and then give it go again with this hero ability. That's not how it works. Um, but that hero ability seems very cool to me. The 2 cost might pair well with Spellbound Creepers, costing 1. So you pitch a blue and
True.
make an embodiment of lightning, and then play another thing at instant speed. Spellbound Creepers is broken, and I'm excited to use it again.
I bet you'll have a one cost weapon too.
Yeah, I hope so. Unbanned Duskblade.
there you go.
The card I'm most excited for in her deck already that I've seen is her meld card. It's Burn Up and Shock. Both cost 0. Burn Up is the next time an attack you control hits a hero this turn, deal 4 arcane damage to them. And then Shock is just deal 1 arcane damage to any target. I'm just like already so excited to like play an attack and then creepers this out and have it hit, deal 4 extra arcane damage, and then shock them for 1. It's just like, yeah, it's
This
I
is
Yeah.
like
this
I
is
like that shit.
just it's like the Justin Nick for this set. A 0
Yeah,
for 5. That's insane.
yeah. Um, so yeah,
It's also only
um,
a rare too, so you'll see that in limited.
yeah, that's probably going to be a
That's
limited
crazy.
staple.
That's a
And then
quarter
you
of
can play
your
both of them
health.
for 0. And because the lightning instant side of this, you can play it and then activate her hero ability. I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah.
you
My
can go
God.
like this, then her hero ability, and then attack a 0 cost attack, and then have a resource left over to swing the weapon. We're assuming like that's good. That's good shit right there.
That sounds really
So
fun.
yeah, I'm super excited. I love doing stuff at instant speed, but I don't like wizard for some reason.
Not yet.
I like combat tricks. I like combat tricks where you're like doing shit in the reaction step, and that's why I
Yeah.
like Bolton so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like that kind of stuff too, like what
Yeah.
warriors do. But when there's like
Yeah.
multiple parts of the layer, that loses me.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. When we're not just going back and forth with
yeah,
reactions, like your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn.
yeah. I think it's because I don't have a magic background, but I'm just like, all right, I don't
Yeah,
care what's happening on the. Let's just let all this resolve and then wait till it's my turn again.
yeah,
Now, no, now that you're branching out into other heroes, maybe you'll like it. Because yeah, as a runner player, just like
Maybe.
whatever, just do whatever you're doing and let me hit you
yeah,
for 6.
yeah. Um, but yeah, so I'm super excited for Aurora. I think she's maybe the one I'm most excited for in the set. But I am also intrigued by Osilo, the freaking ball of lightning energy looking wizard guy. Uh, he
Dude,
has
yeah,
33
his.
life, and
Sorry, go
then
ahead.
his um, hero ability is once per turn instant, discard an instant, and then draw a card. He has Essence of Lightning, and I don't know what the implications of that really are going to be, but like the 3 words "draw a card" are like the best 3 words in card games. And I know you have to
Yeah.
discard a card to make it happen, but like I'm assuming there's going to be some very cool interactions with that hero ability. Like there's a lot of space for LSS to play there and make cards that say like when this is discarded, do this thing, and then like
Yeah, that's
incremental,
true.
like when you discard this, deal an arcane damage, like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm really,
Well,
I think
and it
that's why I'm excited for him because I'm excited to see where they take it, and then I just like the idea of like in limited, especially I usually lean towards playing like the aggro decks of the format because I like when my limited games are over in like 10 minutes and I have a break. So
yeah, so talking about his hero ability a bit more, I wonder how that's going to pair with his weapon that was spoiled because it mentions aura permanents with sigil in its name costing less to activate. So I wonder if there's going
oh
to
yeah,
be some permanents on the board that interact with that, so it can let you
Oh, that'd be
use it
crazy.
over and over again
whoa,
until it's
like
Like you
destroyed.
discard the aura and don't discard from hand.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
or
or
no,
no, just
well
like
like the
just an
aura
ability
says like
of the aura. Yeah,
the aura will say like when you discard a card at this
Oh, I
happens.
see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
That's
yeah,
cool. Yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
his weapon. And
yeah. His
amp
weapon's
just
cool
seems like
too.
a good keyword nowadays. Because I know that Kindle and Kano is like fucking busted, so a weapon that says amp on it is probably good.
Yeah, Amp X, where
Yeah.
X is the number of lightning cards you play this turn. That's freaking sick.
Yeah. So yeah, that one
I
tickles my aggro brain.
I hope that he's fun to play against in limited. I am worried if you're right, Ryan, about the rune blade, the arcane damage, that there's gonna be games where he just like chips you down super fast and there's not that much you can do about it.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna start at what? 13 life? No.
Eight.
What's he gonna start at? 18? Oh,
Yeah.
his same life as Icelander.
Yeah.
I think his hero ability leans to the fact that you want to play a lot of instants which don't block. So
Yeah.
maybe he just dies fast. I don't know. If you're
Yeah, I
if you
guess.
find a way to like block damage and then like if you're Florian, use
Yeah.
a couple cards to block damage if you can, and then send back a 7 cost attack that he can't
I
block.
mean,
Game's
he
over pretty
does
quick.
literally look like a glass cannon. Like he literally
Yeah.
looks like a glass cannon. So that would make sense. But
There-
and limited pitch stacking with him might be cool. Where you like pitch stack and then you draw some instants and you can just like turbo to your pitch stack faster.
hmm,
That'd be cool.
Well, no, not that much
yeah.
faster because it's once per turn. But like I guess 2 cards faster than your opponent because like you do it once on your turn
Yeah.
and once on their turn.
Also,
Um.
his meld card Comet Storm is freaking cool too. Just dealing 5 arcane damage just seems fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then amp it.
Yeah, with his weapon.
Dude, how does amp work? Because then that one might come in for 6, and then would shock come in for 2? Would that no? That'd be too good. I think.
I'd have to read
I don't know.
the keyword.
The next time you would deal arcane damage, instead deal that much plus. So it's just the first time.
Yeah.
It does seem like he's gonna have the same end game that Kano and Icelander have, where it's like you, as the opponent of the wizard, present lethal, and they have to like go for it because they
Mm-hmm.
can't block it out. Or on the other hand, you could present lethal, or you could like pitch your weapon to keep more pitch in your hand if to be able to arcane barrier and survive.
Yeah.
Like that familiar situation when they're like in lethal range and so are you.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll try to learn how to play a little bit of Kano just so that if for Rosetta it's like I at least feel like I've done the wizard thing. Like I've done stuff at instant speed and I know how it works and I know how amp works. Maybe I'll like do that a little bit just to get ready for Tampa. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder how much playing Kano is gonna like translate, or if it's more like an Icelander kind of
Yeah.
play. You know,
I'm just thinking help me speak the language of like the stack better. Like
I
layering.
think you're there with like transcending
Probably.
and all that. I think
Oh, that's
like
true.
I
I
think
guess I'm
you'd
not that
understand it
dumb.
probably
I'm just
more than
pretty
you
dumb.
think you do.
Yeah, that's probably
You
true. That's kind
understand
of
you
how.
understand priorities. You get it.
Yeah. What are my priorities? Take the trash out.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one.
Feed my child.
Number 2.
What's after that? Aether Wildfire for 7.
Number 1 though, take out the trash. Number
Sorry.
1 and 3 are kind of the same thing.
Wait. I don't get it.
Because you're killing your opponent, just taking out the
Oh,
trash.
taking out the trash. I get it. I get it. I will say, for everybody who's scared of Zen being broken forever and you're going to have to play against it for forever, if you are really scared of it all the time, probably just start playing a wizard because then he doesn't play his hat or his boots and he's a little bit worse.
Yeah,
So,
I think once Rosetta comes out, I don't know. Does Zen get better though? Because Assassin
I
probably
don't
gets a little bit
fucking know,
worse,
dude. I have
right?
no clue. Hopefully they just know MST was going to be really good and then this set is also powered up and you can just I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's got to be an ebb and flow of like power level in the game, where it's like things die down and there's a couple like low powered sets and things kind of stay the same and like the same heroes are good, nothing crazy, and then you ramp it back up for a while, to keep people interested and sell boxes. And it's like MST was definitely we're ramping back up, and we'll see if Rosetta is another ramp up or kind of a plateau. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I could definitely see a plateau. I think these heroes are going to be good. I don't think
Yeah,
they're going to all be like, you know, bright lights heroes and kind of irrelevant at
yeah,
first. I think they're
Sad.
going to be good.
I think they're going to be good too. Um, I don't know if they'll be better than MST heroes because it's probably near impossible to make something
Yeah, I
that's
hope
the
they're not
exact
better.
same,
Jeez.
right? Like,
Yeah.
or maybe just their matchup spreads will be different. Like maybe some of them will be really good into all 3 of the MST heroes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm excited
But
for the set. Just I feel like Arya, Tales of Arya, it had all 3 talents, but I feel like Ice was really the star of the
Yeah,
set. So having a set without Ice to kind of showcase Earth and Lightning on their own is awesome.
yeah, same. Yeah, I'm glad that Frostbite tokens aren't going to exist again yet.
Maybe they
But
need
that's my
to.
Bolton brain speaking.
yeah,
My Bolt, but like being a Bolton player, especially like back in that time, like you see one Frostbite token and you're like, holy shit, I cannot do anything. Was like so frustrating. It was so awful. Or you
But
see
now you
a
have
channel
access
like
to
Frederick,
Vigor
like, okay,
tokens.
goodbye, dude. How fun!
Vigor tokens might help against
Wait, are
Frostbites.
Vigor tokens auras,
yeah, I think so.
Uh,
Yeah, they are.
right? Because Colin, you
Yeah,
brought up a good point. If Florian ever beats Victor in a trounce clash, he'll make
which
2
he
of
could.
every. Yeah, if
Yeah,
he's running tanky attacks, he'll make
yeah,
2 of everything. That's fucking awesome. That might get me to
yeah.
play him, honestly.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to be like the other Rune Blades. I mean, Viscerai the most, but all the Rune Blades and try and be more or less like 50-50 in his attacks and non-attacks.
Hmm.
Because his hero ability doesn't have anything to do with that. It's just Earth cards.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, you can play Tome of Harvest, dude. The card is so
Um,
good. Talk about
he
pitch
needs,
stacking, dude. Tome of Harvest gets to your pitch stack so fast.
That card is sweet.
Yeah.
Check
If you
my
play all
heroic.
three, you're at your pitch stack like 4 turns early.
the new channel, the new lightning channel, seems really freaking good.
Is it as good as
Um,
Channel the Thunderstep?
Yeah, that's no
no,
thunder
no,
step.
no, no chance, no chance, no chance. When that
Hang
card
on.
gets discovered by the larger player base, like we're done.
Yeah. What's the new one? Channel
Uh,
Lightning Valley.
yeah, yeah. Basically, it's a channel card where you put the stuff on it, but it's the first time you deal damage to an opposing hero each turn. Draw a card.
That's fucking
Um,
stupid.
and with both the people being able to use it or that use it doing arcane damage, it seems like it will be not super easy, not trivial to prevent all damage that you're dealt that turn. So I think it's definitely stronger than something like a Force of Nature. The trade-off is that it's a yellow non-block because it's an instant.
Mm. Dude, Aurora playing this or playing her like meld card and shocking for 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's all. Dude, okay, cool. I'm
Does
excited to play her. I keep seeing stuff and I'm like, "Oh, that's going to be so broken and fun."
does
We
Amp
gotta,
work
we
on
gotta.
Rune Chance?
Oh,
Yeah.
please hold.
Would that work?
Please hold. Let's read it.
So I was reading
The next,
Channel the Millennium Tree. I was like, that sounds really like a Verdansk card. But then I'm like, wait a minute,
Dude,
does breaking a
I
Rune
think
Chant come in for 4 off 1 Rune Chant? That seems awesome.
I think it does. The next time you would deal arcane damage this turn, instead deal that much plus X.
Yeah, that seems so good.
Are rune chants you? Yes, they have to be, right?
yeah, I think so.
'Cause
Yeah,
you can
wow, that is good.
Also, that card art suite, Channel the Millennium Tree. Great
Is
name
that the
for a
one where they're
card.
like worshiping the tree devil?
No, I think that's Fell the Crown or something.
Oh yeah.
The Millennium Tree is just a big ass tree.
It looks like the tree of life.
Yeah. Dude, what's oh, there's like the new earth form card that got spoiled. 3 for 7. Blocks 2. When this hits, create an embodiment of earth token. So in a way, maybe you could think of it as a block 3. If it hits. But I saw somebody change the name of it to broccoli form because the guy looks like broccoli.
I was gonna say something about that.
That's a cool card. That's a limited staple type card.
Yeah,
Like that's pack 1, pick 1 type card.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
like
I mean,
this.
it's
This
early, but
set's
I'm
like
with you.
Battlefield Bastion or Blancher,
Gandalf's
Yeah,
fighting
something like
spirit.
that. Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
but no,
you guys see
I'm glad we.
the promo for Tampa for the events
Oh
is
yeah, dude.
Fiendel's Fighting Spirit.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Looks
I'm
cool. I'm
pumped.
excited.
And then that full art lightning press is so sick.
Dude, yeah.
That makes me excited for Aurora too, because I don't know. It's just like here we're printing this. That's going to be an aggro deck. Like you're going to be
hmm
forcing through damage. Oh my god, dude! Lightning press on top of burn up. They block your attack to prevent the 4 arcane, and then lightning press comes in for 7 basically. Yes! Oh god, we're back. I was about to quit Flesh and Blood and start playing fucking I don't know MLB Showdown or something. But I'm back
What a pull.
Oh, I'm
That would
excited.
be awesome. Yeah, you should quit Fab to play that.
Colin, you could teach me how to play. That's that card game, right?
Oh
The
yeah, I can teach you
MLB.
in like 10 minutes. It's very
Yeah,
easy.
dude.
Still supported, right?
Oh yeah,
Did
for sure. Last night came out in 2005.
Wait, I thought some guy like bought the rights to it or some shit.
No, he just made his own without the rights. It's just not
Oh, with
called that.
fake players' names and stuff.
No, it's got the real names. Just doesn't have any team logos or anything,
Oh,
or pictures of the players.
yeah. Because Rob Manfred owns the players and the teams, so can't use that. Dude,
But yeah,
are we about to buy college football, the new college football game, and start a co-op dynasty?
No.
No? All right, that's fine with me.
I don't think I'm ever gonna buy an EA sports game ever again.
Dude, EA, local Orlando company. It's like
There is an
consistently
office
ranked
there.
as the worst place to work in the city.
It's because they make the
I
shittiest
might apply.
games ever.
Yeah. They're like, hey, take Madden from 2012 and just like put a new menu up and some new music and keep all the same bugs, and then we're just gonna release it.
Pretty much.
We're gonna fleece all these 14-year-olds that'll buy it anyways. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm really glad we actually talked about Rosetta a lot because I was excited, but I'm much more excited now.
Yeah, talking about it's gonna be like the best preparation we can do. Just going through
Yeah.
these things.
Yeah. So cool. I think I'm okay to wrap it up if you guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Yeah. Look forward to Rosetta. Hopefully we see a bunch of you in Tampa. I'm sure like 12 people listen to this podcast and 10 of them live close to us, so we will see you. So have a great
We
week.
should get you too, man.
I was talking to our listeners, Ryan.
Oh well, shit.
We're still
I
recording.
thought you were talking to me. Oh,
Well, I
okay.
want you to have a
your
great
week
week
is.
too. Anyways, listeners, have a great week. Ryan, have a horrible week.
Okay.